Hey guys, welcome back to Football Index Moneyball. For today's video, we're going to be looking at the next player in our Pick of the Day series. Hopefully today's pick is going to be a little bit more exciting for those traders who like to look for the wonder kids that have still got a lot of potential for gains when they break through to the first team. So for today's pick, we've gone for an 18-year-old left winger, Sergio Gomez. He's listed here as playing for Borussia Dortmund, but he's actually just gone out on loan to Huesca in the Segunda division in Spain. If we take a look at his 1 year graph, we can see here that he actually had a pretty good rise, especially over the summer. This was when people were expecting him to start playing next year for Borussia Dortmund before they signed Torgan Hazard and Julian Brandt. So obviously with those two coming in, there's a lot more options at Borussia Dortmund, so there wasn't going to be much playing time for Sergio Gomez, so they've sent him back to Spain to try and get an opportunity in the Segunda division there. Huesca actually got relegated last season, but they are a team who do like to push young players, and they should stand a good chance of getting promoted again. So it's a good opportunity for Sergio Gomez to get some confidence and to play in some games where he's got a chance of making an impact, scoring some goals, getting some assists, and really making a name for himself in first team football. So the first thing to point out here is, as I mentioned in summer, Sergio did actually rise to £1 when there was a bit more chance of him breaking into the first team. That's something I would consider as a positive, as if he returned to that price, then you would be looking at 35% return based on his 74p now. So I see that as his minimum return over the next year. If things went totally wrong at Huesca and he ends up back at Dortmund as a 19-year-old left winger next season, I can't really see him being any lower than that value. So just as we did in the first video of the series, I'm going to take a look at Sergio's Transfermark to start off with. I'm going to try and keep this video a bit shorter than the last one though, so I won't be going through all the research steps that I did in the first video. At the top here we can see that Gomez has already won 4 trophies, and these are the UEFA Youth League in 17-18 and both the under 17 and under 19 European Championships. The last trophy is for the German Super Cup, that was this year, but he didn't actually make the bench for that game, to be honest. So here we've got Sergio Gomez's transfer record. And one of the most interesting things in the case for investing in Gomez is the fact that he spent 8 years playing in the La Masia Academy at Barcelona, where he was seen as a really good promising option for the future. In January 2018, Dortmund snuck in under the noses and caused a bit of an uproar by prizing him away for the minimum release clause of 3.42 million before they had a chance to offer him his first professional contract. Now this sounds very familiar to how Dortmund signed Jadon Sancho from Man City in 2017. And I think Jadon's development played a big part in convincing Gomez that he was better off at Dortmund, as when Barcelona tried to offer him a counter offer, he actually wouldn't meet with him, as he said the opportunity to play at Dortmund and their offer was too good for him to turn down. There's not much to go off on Sergio Gomez's past record, as he's only an 18-year-old. I think the most telling things are the fact that he won the Euro under 17 and Euro under 19 championships. That's always been a real indicator of quality in a national team, and he was a player who did play a big part in both of those victories. As far as his league season this year, he's had 2 games at Huesca. He came on as a sub in both. I think this is temporary. He didn't get a pre-season there. He only came on August 12th, so I don't think it's going to be long before we're seeing him start, and I think at that time that's when we're going to start seeing the price rises. Depending on how his season goes, it could be very, very quickly that this player starts to rise. So just to finish off, I just want to take a quick look at the comparable players. With young players, it's a little bit harder because it's so much more difficult to value them, and comparable players on Transfermark works mainly off market value, age, position and team that they play for. But Marcel Ruiz is not on the index yet. Angel Gomez is trading at £2.28. Now, having played for Man United in the first team in pre-season, his price did go up quite a lot. I think playing for Man United does give a player an advantage in terms of price as well. They seem to trade at a premium always, and I think that it'd be a big ask for Sergio Gomez to reach that kind of price at this stage, but if he had a really good season, I think he could get close to that. The next one's to Takefusa Kubo, who's on loan to Mallorca from Real Madrid. Again, playing for Real Madrid and signing this year, he got a lot of media attention, and that's inflated his price significantly. But he's trading at £2.19, which again shows a good kind of range that an 18-year-old attacking midfielder, if they perform or if they get their name noticed, can reach. And finally, Vincent Thill is a 49p player he's someone I'm going to keep an eye on. I don't think he's really of the same quality as Sergio Gomez, and he's definitely not been proven on any of the big stages that Sergio Gomez has, playing in the UEFA Youth League and the under-17 and under-19 European Championships. But this is a good example of how comparable players on Transfermark can help you to identify other young players to keep an eye on. So that's all I'm going to cover today on Sergio Gomez. As I said, I'm going to try and keep this video a little bit shorter. Let me know in the comments if you prefer the shorter format or if you enjoyed the detailed analysis from the last video. The price target for this player is 100% as usual, and that's going to equate to £1.48, which I think is an easily achievable one, and I will be looking to hold him for the long term. I think Sergio Gomez has got a bright future ahead of him, and if you look at players like Kai Havertz at 19 years old and 20 years old playing in the Bundesliga as an attacking midfielder, that's really what I'm hoping Sergio can one day reach. And Kai's currently trading, I think, over £4, so it gives you a good idea of the potential there for profit. If you're interested in seeing how similar picks in this category of player turned out for me from last season, then my previous video on how I made 12,000 in my first year in the index has got a couple of good examples showing just how fast these types of player prices can blow up. And if you missed my first pick of the day video, make sure to check that one out too. If you got any value or entertainment from this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to be posting 2 or 3 of the pick of the day video series a week from now on, so if you'd like to be notified when these come out, then you can also hit the bell icon. Let me know in the comments if you plan on investing in Sergio Gomez, if you have any feedback on today's video, or if there's any other players you think would be a better option for a potential wonder kid in the 70 to 80p range. Thanks for watching.